Greetings and salutations, humans. This is Froggy and Friends, and we are playing Grit. Where we left off last time. Our intrepid adventurers, our detectives, have come to Bon Agua, checking up on an old friend, Edmund, the Undertaker, who has taken a friendship with Cedric, our resident German crazy scientist. He hadn't received any correspondence from Cedric for some time, and so everyone decided to go check up on him since he had sent a letter with concern. They went through the town, saw no people. They did finally run into Edmund, and then they went to the sheriff's station. They looked into the cell where Jerry once was, and they saw cryptic messages on the walls. Then they decided to go to the Rojas mansion. They searched through. They actually split the party. Cedric went with Edmund and found a servant's passage up to the hallway to the right upstairs, whereas the rest of the party went to the left and actually ran into Isabella. Woke her up, and then they went into the Rojas's bedroom, and behind a tapestry found a tunnel going deeper into the mountain. And then this is where they were confronted by Isabella once again, wondering where Mommy and Daddy were. She was walking on the ceiling, then walking on the wall. Fury saw a statue to the left that was very concerning, and then a statue to the right. The statue to the left was I'll just say it now, it looked like a bat-like creature, very Aztec or Mayan, and the statue to the right was a female statue, but with a lioness's head, with 5 different openings within this. And near the end of their conversation with Isabella, she smelled fear, and she started lunging, more correctly flying, at Jeremiah. And Cedric had run into Sebastian, the sheriff, and was screaming and running away outside of the mansion. So,
oof.
We're going to start with you, Cedric. As you're running out, you glance over your shoulder and see Edmund far behind you. But Sebastian is not.
Right. I mean, if he's not, I remember thinking if he's not after Edmund, I'm just gonna dip.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get outside.
Okay, you're bolting.
I did scream at the top of my lungs on the way out.
You did. You're trying to go straight outside?
Yep.
Okay, so you bust the door open and you're running out, and the sun's out, and you look back and Sebastian is not behind you.
Ruh-roh.
Neither is Edmund.
I'm staying outside, and he's gonna yell inside. Hello, anyone? Did anybody see the strange man crawling on the ceiling? And wait for a response.
1 1,000. 2 1,000. 3 1,000. 4 5.
He's gonna pull out his coach gun, and then peek inside again.
Okay, you're peeking inside, and behind you you're hearing from the direction of the town, you're hearing a You turn over your shoulder, and there's a grizzled man hovering. Dust is kind of floating underneath him. His right arm looks like it's bent in half. His right eye is white as he kind of tips his head slightly. Um, you see a slight resemblance to someone that had left your party.
Oh, wait, wait. You said he's an older man,
Yeah, a little bit older. Not older than you.
right? And he slightly resembles someone who left our party.
They could be related. Let's put it that way.
Hmm. Um. Hello there, strange floating man. Uh, I didn't quite catch your name.
I didn't say anything yet, but you've got the scent of my, let's just say, unhappy seed upon you. So,
What does that mean?
It's Tulok's dad.
yeah.
I know.
Oh,
I know. Oh. Um. Well, I haven't seen him in a while. If that was what you're asking for.
Well, he must have run. And he just lowers to the ground and he starts walking towards you. That humming is still happening behind him. It's like almost like a strange, kind of like a cloud.
Hmm. Um. You wouldn't happen to know? I see you are a man of great power. You wouldn't happen to know what's going on in there, right? And he points back at the mansion.
I don't ask questions of my employers. So,
Oh.
do you want to go back in or take a walk around town?
That depends. if if a walk around town is uh another saying for hurting me, then no.
Hmm.
Oh wait, then yeah, I want to go back in.
Well, I'm not supposed to hurt any of y'all too bad.
Hmm. That's reassuring. Uh, is it? Do you want to talk to everyone?
At some point. He keeps glancing over his shoulder. How about
Um.
how about we do take that walk around town?
Oh. Okay. And I guess we do that. I'm not gonna say no to this dude.
So you still have your coach gun, and he
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be. So you're so you've been around when there's like a bunch of gnats, and they just like and it just kind of like keeps hovering. Like that's what's
Uh-huh.
he's kind of bringing it a little bit farther from him. You definitely notice that his right forearm and his fingers it looks like it was deboned and it's just kind of
Hmm.
hanging there.
Um. It's hanging there. Like he can he still move it,
It
or it's just he's
uh
metal bones.
that humming is I'm just gonna kind of just tell you that humming is his bones from his forearm and his hand.
Oh.
remember a certain train ride some time ago at a different party?
Oh God. Um, okay, well, I, what do you need to know? I guess you were
Well,
asking about. I'm guessing Tulok.
yeah, the boy. He kind of runs out all cowardly at times. Um, Hopefully this gets his attention. I guess we need him too.
Well, I don't know how to get his attention because he kind of just ran off one day, and we've already got a replacement. So I'm not really sure. It's gonna have to be on you, I guess.
So you kind of glance back at the mansion, and the mansion's doors are shut.
Hmm.
So you're strolling through town. Do you want to ask him anything? Because he's kind of. It seems that he's got a direction that he's wanting to go.
I mean, if I guess first I should ask, where are we going? I know you said we're taking a walk around town, but it seems like you're just taking me away from the mansion.
Oh, you don't need to be there yet. I was thinking we could go to Jezebel's palace, have a drink,
Hmm.
maybe
Oh,
be on the roof and just kind of look at the sunset.
I feel like I'm going to die.
Everyone dies, just a matter of how much it hurts.
Hmm. That is fair, I guess. I can't say no to a drink.
So you go into Jezebel's palace, and
Yes, sir.
um, he schnapps, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. I have my own too if we need some.
All right then. He grabs a bottle and two glasses with his left hand. I don't advise going in any of the rooms up there. It's kind of a mess.
Yeah, that was the that was the result of the person you were looking for, I think.
Oh no. After.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to drink my schnapps.
Are you curious
And
at all? Do you want to glance in a room?
nope, I'm not going to die.
Okay.
Look with your
Danger, I'm
eyeballs.
dying.
Okay, so you go up to the roof, and there's like a crate up there, and he just kind of sits there, and he just starts. He drinks the schnapps, and he just starts uh kind of like recounting like strange old rhymes, like Solomon Grundy, kind of under his breath. Um, as the sun starts to go down. Now, Fury, Jade, Frederick, as Isabella, this between 7 to maybe 9-year old girl with blonde hair, lunges at Jeremiah with these elongated fangs, and her jaw seems to be almost like dislocated to be, and her head's turned slightly, and he's going up like this with pure terror in his eyes. You hear a hiss, and Jade, you turn and you see Clementine standing in the center hallway.
Clementine, there you are.
1 second, Jade. Isabella, that's not the way to treat guests. Sorry, Mama. Just flies over.
I'm
One,
glad to see
two.
you're well.
Oh, same to you. Roll an observation, Jade.
I have 2 successes.
She has a necklace that looks. Oh, actually, you'd notice this too, Frederick. You'd know what it is. It's a reliquary, like a, but it looks like it's holding a finger. Oh, we have one, two, three, four. Oh, Cedric must be out, and Edmund's being taken care of as we speak. So, shall we? We can talk on the way. She just turns around and walks into the darkness.
Ooh. I mean, I guess I'm gonna follow. I feel like I don't really. There's not much decision there.
Yeah, same.
Okay. And from inside there, you hear a snap, and like there's like torches that just lighting your way, so your lantern isn't really necessary.
Well, I
Very.
wasn't.
That was very kind of you. Thank you.
And right behind your right ear, you're welcome. She was walking about 10 paces in front of you, but she's right behind you, Fury. I don't really recognize you. Tall.
I'm gonna stick out my hand for a handshake. My name's Fury. I don't know that we've met quite yet. What's your name?
Clementine. She puts her hand out.
I would do a lean over and kiss it. Thank you for hosting us in such a grand fashion.
Extremely cold hand. And Jade and Frederick, she was wearing gloves during dinner all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I like her.
I sense a little bit of history here. You want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
One moment. Isabella? Take that out of your mouth. You glance over and there she was feeding on something.
Can I look and see what it was?
Yep. Roll an observation.
2 successes.
You still you kind of like motion with your head for Fury to use his lantern, and there's kind of a little alcove. There was a person there.
It
Sorry,
wasn't
Mama.
Jeremiah, right? We see
No.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah is around you guys.
Okay.
History, yes. I kind of helped teach Jade in some ways. Uh, we kind of had a falling out and someone ran away. But things turned out okay for me. Um, it took all of you, a lot longer to get here than we expected. Tisk tisk. Oh,
I'm afraid some of our letters were caught up, so we didn't hear about anything going on until just recently.
we
I don't know if
thought
she was talking to Fury or if she was talking to the group.
the whole group. Well,
Hmm.
we thought the lack of correspondence would trigger something, but it didn't. Oh well. So we've made sure that you're all here on a very special occasion. Isn't that right, Isabella? You just kind of hear the ominous giggle of a child.
I would love to know what the special occasion is. I think my friends would like to know as well.
Yeah, I'm quite curious. Where is everybody else at, too?
Where is everyone else? What do you mean, everyone else? The
Well,
my
you
family
almost.
or the cattle?
Uh, well, I guess I meant both.
Well, my family's up ahead along with a very special guest. But the cattle have been um, used, I guess.
Okay.
Do you have a similar plan for us?
Oh no. Well, at least not all of you.
Is she looking at anybody in particular? Can I tell who she's talking about?
Roll an insight.
I would be delighted to. Hang on, where's my insight? Oh, there it is. That would be just one success.
Uh, you notice when she looks at you, she kind of grins.
I'm gonna just kind of subconsciously just rub my neck a little.
Yeah, because when she grins, like her teeth are normal, and then her canines just for a second, and her everything just kind of like spike up just for a millisecond with that single success.
I'm gonna let somebody else do the talking here.
Ma'am, I'm quite impressed that you have done such a fantastic job of hiding this. As a man who appreciates his own secrets, it colored me impressed.
Well, that's quite the honor coming from you, Frederick. So, your salty friend asked, like, what was the occasion? Well, we've got a special time that only comes around very, very seldom. Isn't that right, Isabella? There's going to be an event that will make things a little bit easier to do um, rituals. Oh, Frederick, you'd understand. There's a thinning.
Hmm.
There's a thinning coming up. So we can actually bring forth someone that should have never left. And those of us that are bringing them get part of them.
All right. I'm following pretty well. I understand what you're saying.
And it just so happens that we needed certain components for it. And as you're walking through, you're starting to go down steps. You can definitely tell that there's blast marks on the walls.
Is this
And
where they were mining?
and the farther you go down, the stone changes and it's like a black obsidian. And there's this large uh, hexagonal like platform. It looks like there's just black abyss around it as you're walking down, and there's um, some individuals standing on this platform. You have Javier, um, Raul, and Ricardo as well. And there's another individual that's actually like wearing armor. Totally bald, long, pointy ears, totally white skin, and black eyes just looking at you all. And he's got blood. You can totally tell that there's blood all over his mouth and over his armor, and there's a pile behind him of cadavers.
Mon Dieu.
Oh, go ahead.
He starts speaking, and there's no way any of you would understand the language that he's speaking.
Is anybody else getting what he's saying, or?
No.
Frederick, in your ear, you're hearing, "This isn't good." Cedric, as the sun goes down, you're muted, man.
I'm not talking. I'm chewing on
Okay,
something.
okay. I was just okay. I was just like, okay, I don't want to miss something. Okay, so so as the sun goes down, you see like the most beautiful red sunset as you're drinking the schnapps, and you're seeing a strange redness that's still there, like a pinpoint that keeps going towards you.
um, it's like noticeably coming towards us.
Oh yeah, because it's getting bigger as it's coming towards you.
He so uh is I'm guessing that is your doing? That thing, whatever, is coming towards us?
No, it's
Oh.
uh, roll a acrobatics for me.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. If I can get my dice out, good lord. Here we go. Oh, one success.
Okay, one success. With his left arm, he grabs you by the nape of the neck, and he swings you over the edge of the Jezebel's palace, and he's holding you and dangling you over. That's the boy here to save you.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, if he
You're-
get here as quick as he walked out,
You're hanging there like
Be-
ah, ah.
or if he gets here as quick as he walked out, then I should be safe.
And you're hearing a like a far louder humming than when he was hovering, and you just feel a lightness as you're falling. And before you hit the ground, you're caught up. You're held. Each of your arms is grabbed, and you look to your right. It's Tulok
Wow.
with his black whites of his eyes. His iris is bright red. He's wearing a red suit. And you glance to the left, and it's Lily in a red dress with her black whites of her eyes and her red irises.
He goes, Tulog, you dog! I knew you couldn't stay away from her. He was pat him on the shoulder.
Well, you're usually right, except when you're wrong. as you're being raised up to the top of Jezebel's palace. Um, you and Tulak whispers to you, you might want to get your mules over here.
Okay. Okay. Is is his father still on the roof?
Yep.
What do I do about that? I can't get the mules if he's
Uh,
there.
Run down the steps. We'll try to keep him occupied.
Okay, I'm pretty good at running, I think. And he just takes off. He's
Okay.
going to get his
So,
gun.
so as you're running down the steps, you're hearing carnage as part of the roof just kind of flies off, and you're seeing the night sky above you. And as you're running, one of the doors opens, and you see one of the women that used to work there. And she starts going towards you as you're running. Roll in acrobatics.
Going to die. I'm going to give you extra.
All right, thank you.
That's a 1, baby.
Awesome.
But it doesn't do anything bonus. 2 successes.
Cool. All right. So you got enough to get past her, and as you're going, and she's barely behind you. You glance back and you see Lily hovering. She grabs that woman by the hair, and then the woman's head just kind of pops off as you see something, and she just kind of and you hear from her. You always had my back, Cedric. As she just kind of.
I was about to say I was rooting for you the whole time as he's running up down the stairs. And then
It would have been really funny if that was the girl that Tulak went on a date with.
Oh no, Megan's already gone. She's very gone.
rip Megan.
Yeah. So you're running through the streets, and you're seeing doors starting to open and people coming out.
Oh,
So scary.
yeah, definitely going. I'm gonna keep doing what he told me. I'm heading towards my mules.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
going
exactly.
you're
My
going
little
to
legs.
yep, you're going to the Undertaker's building, and as you do, you go in, like you go into where your mules are, and they're totally fine. Where do you want to bring them? Do you want to bring them to Jezebel's palace, the mansion? Do you want to set things up here? What do you want to do?
It takes a long while. It takes a while to set it up.
It does, but we could say that you maybe tried to figure something out so it's actually mounted on your mule in such a way.
Oh. Get a little turret on my mule.
Well, it's not really a turret. It would be like it's still strapped to the mule, but you can take the apparatus off. So you'd have both mules like walking in tandem. It's gonna be awkward.
It'll buff. Crap. Well, I think we would.
How far is Jezebel's palace?
You got like 2 blocks,
Um.
so it would be
Well, if I
extreme range. So
here's my thinking. I want to help out taking out Tulok's dad, so I have them to help me rescue everyone else. So I don't know how much power or if it'll do anything to Tulok's dad, but
do you
that's how
remember?
I'm gonna be setting it up.
Do you remember how many shots you had left?
I have.
Is everyone doing okay?
Yes.
No.
Weird. Also, I'm just so proud of Tulok.
I think it says 5.
Five shots.
I think so. 5 shots. Are real.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have 1 shot on the ghost gun.
What was that, Fury?
So that would leave 1 for each of the Rojas if you can take out Tulok's dad in 1 shot.
Okay, so you're setting things up. So you've got your 2 mules attached with, because you what you did. I'll just say that you lengthened the cords, so you're attaching it, and you've got it humming and ready to go. You're looking at the top of Jezebel's palace, which doesn't really have a lot of the side or the roof. You've got 2. You have a red hovering sphere and then like a white hovering sphere that just keep banging into each other, and just fragments of buildings are flying off as they're slamming into each other.
Well, I need the white one to stay still. I don't imagine he can hear me, but I will yell out, Tulok! I need a shot! I don't know if he hears me or not.
All right. So you actually see the red sphere split.
Oh.
And they slam side by side into the white sphere, pretty much holding it in place.
Oh. Alright, good luck, Tulok.
I just put a timer. Do you remember how to fire this?
It's been so long.
Contraptions.
Okay, good.
Fortune.
I'll give you another dice just in case.
Another dice? Okay.
This should be good. I have a good contraptions. 1 more roll. 3. Just 1 with each.
Okay.
So, good luck.
3 successes?
Yep.
Cool. Roll some damage.
Where was it? Where did I have that? Oh, here it is. One, 4, 3, 2. Okay, 1, 4, 3, 2.
1, 1, 4. So you just did 4 damage. As a giant lightning bolt shoots, and you see the white sphere gets hit and pushed back. You did some damage to it.
Okay.
And they are still holding it tight, and you hear from Tulok and Lil at the same time, hit it harder!
I'm trying! I will fire again. Do I have to roll again?
Yes.
Yeah, as I thought. I thought it was 5. I feel like 5 is not enough, but I guess it was 5. Ooh, very good rolls. I only rolled 2 this time, and I got 3.
3 successes? Okay.
Yeah, 3. 1 with a bonus and 1 not.
Okay, cool. So you've got 3 successes. So you hit once again. Roll some damage.
Yeah. There we go.
And you do have a momentum at the moment. So you have 2 lights. You can add that as another dice to roll
Yes,
damage.
I'll do that. There's another. I'm glad I have this many d6s. Here we go. Trying to hit a tartar. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 5.
1, 1, 2, 3, and
2 5s.
2, 4, 6, 8. And what are the effects on that one? Can you remind me?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know that because it says Tesla gun 5d5s or 5d6s. 20-minute setup.
Yep. It actually has the Bane quality and stun. As the lightning bolt's going, you see the white sphere clap out and the 2 red spheres slam into each other as your lightning hits them both.
Dang it.
Outstanding.
I hate it here, dog.
You see both of them fly back and land somewhere, but you also see a as you're guessing Tulok's father just dropped to the ground.
Shoot him again.
I don't think I can. I think he's behind the building.
Like, this was in the street that he just landed.
Oh. I
And
might
he's,
shoot him again.
and he's trying to get up. He looks pretty busted up.
I'm on fire again. I am.
All right.
Where's Tulok? Where's Tulok and Lily? Just gonna make sure where I see them laying.
It was farther back, and they blasted into a building.
Okay, that's cool. Here we go. My contraption's better than I thought, and oh, okay, wait. I rolled a 1, and I have a focus of 2. Is that 2?
That'll be 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, yeah. 3 again.
3 successes. Fantastic.
I didn't know if it was 2 successes or 3 successes on the 1, because I have a focus of 2.
No, it would just be. It's just 2 successes.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
You've banked a momentum. You can add that as damage. Roll your damage as you're hitting him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. 1 3 3 3 1 3 3 3 6 5 5 6. Sorry.
Okay, so you did 5 damage, and so as this lightning bolt slams into him as he's standing up, you from this distance you barely see his eyes as it and parts of him kind of fly different directions.
Oh, no.
You're welcome, Tulok. I solved that pretty quick. So I just watched this man implode.
Explode.
Okay.
You hit
I
him
don't know if it was implode or explode.
like his arm flew one direction and things like that.
I want to run over to where I saw Tulok and Lily.
Okay, do you bring your mules with you?
Probably not, because it would take so long.
Okay.
Probably just leave them there and run.
Okay.
Goodbye, mules.
So as you're going, you have to go up the steps in this building. There's the streets were starting to get you had about a dozen people when you were running past to get your mules. The streets are empty again.
Oh.
So as you run up into that building, you see Tulok being held by Lily. They're both burnt up, they're and her hair is frizzled.
I
And she looks at you with like blood coming out of her eyes and black out of her nose, and Tulak looks unconscious, and he looks like his fingers are all black. So are hers.
Runs up, says, "I'm so sorry. My shot isn't as good as it used to be in my young days." And I would do a medicine check on Tulok.
Okay.
Whatever.
As roll that, and as you're doing that, you're hearing the horrible sound of mules being
2 successes.
not alive.
Murdered.
Yes.
That's fair. 2.
2 successes.
Yep.
You bring out your smelling salt. You wake him up, and as he's coming to, we go to Frederick, Jade, Fury, and Jeremiah. So as
we're in
you're,
that room.
yep, it's odd because there's like you have stone above you, and you're on this totally smooth platform that doesn't look like it looks like it's polished, and it's a hexagonal. And you've got that man in the armor, and the Rojas family, but all over the edge and the area around you, it just looks like blackness. And then there's that pile of dead people behind the one in armor. Okay, that's pretty ominous there, Cedric. Nice. Do you have any other questions about what you're seeing around you, or?
Well, I would like to say that I look at Jade and I give her the most minuscule of like a twitch for a head shaking no.
Like so you're trying to tell me like we shouldn't be here?
Or I'll let you interpret what that conveys.
Okay.
I have a question about our surroundings.
Okay.
Is there anybody behind us blocking the exit?
Do you turn and look?
What's that?
Does Fury turn and look?
Yeah, and not in an impolite way. So I'll still roll for it, but not in an impolite way, but just kind of like a casual, just kind of taking in the surroundings.
Okay. Roll an observation for me.
Oh, look at that. That'll be 3 successes.
Nice. You barely see 2 hands on either side of the doorway. Barely.
Okay.
Like this.
Different hands.
Okay.
From different people. You're guessing.
Alright.
So that above table, that gives me the impression that like they're closing the doors. Or I guess maybe that's not above table, but
We're not getting out without a fight, is what that means.
okay, cool. Copy. I'm tracking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is quite the setup here. This is pretty fancy.
Mr. Rojas steps forward. You think this is fancy? You're an interesting fellow.
Sir, I do believe, judging by where you're standing, that might be a compliment, and if it is, I thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Ah, they're bringing one of them. You're hearing. You look behind you. Now that they're dragging Edmund in your direction.
Does he look real beat up?
No, he doesn't look bloodied or anything. They're just kind of like. And when I say they, there's probably like a 12, 13-year-old Hispanic boy dragging him. And
Is he dragging him towards us?
Yep. He sets him down, and Mr. Ross says, "Thank you, Juan. You can go back to where you need to go."
I would help Edmund to his feet.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Well, he's out. He's knocked out.
Oh.
Can I do a medical on him or see if he's got any puncture wounds or anything?
Yeah, you can check.
Cool. I got just one success.
Well, looking at his neck, doesn't you don't see any blood anywhere. But you, Frederick and Jade would notice that Sebastian is standing at that doorway, and he kind of crouches down.
Hmm. I feel like Jade and Frederick are having like conversations with glances, like eye contact.
And Jeremiah is just like he's looking between you.
Man, Jeremiah hates this town for sure.
He didn't used to.
Yeah, he almost died last time we were here. This
Shoot, yeah.
Well, Jade, I'm a little new, right? What do we, do you want to introduce me to these kind folks? Should we not intrude on their hospitality any longer?
Jeremiah cuts you off. He whips out his whip and cracks it above his head, and he yells at Jade, Fury, and Frederick, "Run!" And he slams something into the ground, and it's like a bright explosion that they all kind of flinch at. If you recall, he can do parlor tricks. He's a magician, and he just did like a mini flashbang, and he just cracked the whip, and he says, "Run!"
Right. So I grabbed Edmund because he was already like shouldered,
Yeah.
and so I'm running
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm helping with that.
We're running.
with the heaviest guilt.
Literally, I was gonna say, with every step, like the guilt is nearly weighing me down as I'm
But
running.
Yeah.
The guilt of
But
what?
it's also like driving forward.
Yeah.
The guilt of what? Is Jeremiah not coming with us?
We.
We
You
can't
don't
see
know.
That's a good question. Thank you for asking that question.
You don't know.
Ah, crap. Okay. Well, when we get to the doorway, I want to look over my shoulder and see if he's following us.
them.
Okay, so at the doorway you've got Sebastian right at the door, covering his eyes like this, and then you have Juan, that 12 or 13-year-old Hispanic boy, covering his eyes like that as well, with elongated fingernails, and he's like moving like this, crawling backwards up the wall, away from what that light was. You see him slightly behind you guys, but like whipping at things that you're glancing back.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, I don't like the sound.
Oh no.
You're hearing
Logistically-
gunfire too. You're hearing gunfire, and it didn't sound right when one of them fired.
Logistically, I don't remember how Edmund's kind of tall. Is he too tall for Fury to carry by himself?
He's like tall and lanky.
Yeah. He's
One
6'8",
person
but
can
still
carry
hunched
one.
over.
Yeah, but like if I like fireman carry him over my shoulders or in my arms, is that possible?
You're 6'2", yeah. He is. Yeah,
He's a beanpole.
yeah. You can easily do that physically, and then also his height. He's not over 7 feet tall. He's 6'8", hunched over. So he's close to 7, but
Cool. Well, then I want to try to take him so that Frederick has weapons because I don't think Frederick can carry him. So I'll just shout, Frederick. I'll take him and I'll go, Frederick. help cover, and I'll just start charging forward with Edmund in my arms.
Does anybody remember, because of the fire, did they build the house fireproof?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember something about that, actually. I think they did.
All right.
At least parts of the houses that burned down.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Kill it with fire.
It's you guys' answer to everything. Arson.
Yeah,
This
arson is it. Never mind.
So you guys are hightailing it. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't know what good we can do to help.
So as you're running up, and you're hearing cussing from Jeremiah, and you hear a clanking from what you're guessing is his revolver just being thrown. And as he's running behind you guys,
Somebody open fire, help him out.
so you all enter that opening area with those two statues, and then you start running up those steps. You go into the Rojas's bedroom, and you start running down that hallway, down the steps, and then there's someone dangling there. It looks like they were hung, and they lower themselves down. Hello again.
No!
Bro,
Hate this guy.
the hangman.
Hate this guy. We're not in an attic. That's no fair.
And so like he looks like a lot more dried up, and his movements are a lot more jerky.
I killed you once. I'll kill you twice. You sick.
Oh, hi Jeremiah.
Dude.
And Jeremiah throws one of his brass knuckles and rocks him in the face.
With that, Jade would pull out her pistols, and if I can fire, I would. But
Yep. Do you want to still keep running outside of the building, or what do you?
yeah, I'm gonna be working towards the building, but I'll fire.
Okay.
I have 3 successes.
Okay. Roll some damage.
Okay. I have a 5, a 5, and a 6.
Okay, so 6 damage. So his head pops back, and then as it goes forward, you rock him like that. And as he turns, you see someone kind of coming from the library, drinking something. It's Carlos, Jade, and like the liquid he's drinking is just kind of falling in, like past his ribcage and the slamming. And then behind him is Zeke. And the other members of the gang that you remember were coming out of there as you're running past outside the.
Jade would not have any words. She would be like so shocked.
Have I made it outside yet with Edmund? Is he stirring? Actually, can I just shout at Edmund to try and wake him up?
Well, as you're running, his head's going. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Edmund, we're under attack! Wake up!
Well, I'm being carried right now.
I'm gonna set him down. Run! I'm gonna kind of push him to keep going. Run! Run! Run that direction!
Okay, and he starts just going. He starts running. And
Nice. I mean,
Fury, as you're kind of looking into the town, you're seeing these this red and white ball slamming into each other. Then the red ball splits and slams. You're seeing a lightning bolt. You're seeing explosions in town.
That has got to be Cedric. To the explosions. Let's go. And I'm going to kind of turn around and wave everybody.
I mean, can't argue with that. That's
Okay.
kind of Cedric's over there.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to pull out my revolver.
So as you're running down the street, you're quite a ways from the mansion, and that's when you realize that Jeremiah wasn't with you guys.
Jeremiah! Jeremiah!
Your gang members are still following you guys, just walking. So you're getting like Jason Voorhees by them. Do you keep glancing back at the mansion or just them?
Just them. At least I would.
I would look at the mansion. I wouldn't be too concerned with the gang I wouldn't know the difference between them and the vampires, really.
Okay, so you roll an observation for me, Fury.
Okay. Oh, that'll be 3 successes. Nice.
Cool. You see Jeremiah is like on top of that hangman, slamming his face again and again, like as he's breaking through the door, and he's ground and pounding him.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what you see as you're running that way.
Nice.
So you're running towards the building that got slammed in the last. You are seeing some shutters opening and then shutting as you're running past.
Okay.
So I'll just say that you do find that building. You go up, and Jade and Frederick, you see Tulak and Lily there, and Cedric.
I'm going to watch the door.
Okay.
While they do their conversating.
Okay.
I never thought I'd see you again.
Yeah. He's like leaning back into Lily. Sorry about that. Kind of messed things up with those guys, and didn't want to make it worse for you.
I punch him in the shoulder.
Oh, he goes up and he's like his fingers are all black and his hair's kind of like frizzy and poofy. You're kind of like seeing like, have you seen someone's skin when they've been hit by lightning?
No.
Okay, so it looks like one of those boards that you put nails in and soak it and then electrocute it from both sides and burn. That's on like his neck going up his face from the hit that they got from Cedric.
Jade would immediately turn to Cedric and be like, "You shot them?"
Well, if you know how electricity works, I shot his father, which they were holding on to, and that kind of go. It was. I'm not as good as I used to be, but I'm trying to fix that as he's taking out like one of his med kits to at least patch him up.
Okay.
Will we let you carry that gun around?
I did carry the gun, but I think I heard something behind me as I ran in here, so we might not have the gun anymore.
Can we get the gun?
Maybe it should have 2 shots left, battery power wise. So,
well, you can look out the hole in the building if you want to.
I would love to.
Yeah. Or I'm patching up for too long,
Yep,
as much as he can.
I believe you have 2 successes already. So he's patched up. So the wound that he and Lily have is patched up for the moment.
Okay.
How'd you do, Jade?
I had 2 successes on my observation.
Okay. You're glancing over, and with your 2 successes, because it is nighttime out, you do see movement over by the Undertakers, and there are about 3 things moving on top of a pile of something.
Huh.
We can probably get it. There'll be a fight involved, but we can probably get it.
What else is new?
I mean, we'll have to clear the way and instead stand it back up again. But other than that, we can take 2 shots if we want to.
Do you think if we shoot the mansion will catch on fire?
Lightning does tend to start fires if connecting with the right source, I would say. I don't know what word to describe it.
I love that idea. I hope it works.
But first we have to get to
No.
first we have to get to gun. But I think someone's calling you.
I just imagine Cedric saying that so casually too, like, oh yeah, somebody's calling you. We can get it after.
And so you look out the hole in the building, and you see your old gang standing there, kind of.
In pieces.
Yep.
Dang.
I see you carry my pistols. I want them back.
All you had to do was ask nicely.
He like looks over. Wasn't that nice? Was it?
Man. Oh, but I also have. Okay.
So, do we gotta come up there, or are you coming down?
I'll come down. Bummer.
Are
I
these
want to whisper to Tulok and be like, "Hey, how are you doing? Do you think you could get up and help us out some more, or did I hit you a little too hard?"
he's like looking at you and like, I'll do my best. And like Lily and him like help each other up.
Sorry again. That was my bad.
No, the old man dropped. He knew what he was doing. Oh God. And like they both crack their neck at the exact same time, and you hear like cracking in their spine.
Ooh.
Spooky.
And then you see a knife hovering, and then the axe hovering, and like slowly like going around their head, kind of like a ominous halo as they grab each other's hands, like interlocking fingers. Okay. It's not just us, right? You guys are helping too, right?
Fury's the first one out the door.
A tear goes down Cedric's cheek.
Congratulations, by the way.
He's like, I do it.
Fury's not losing the crew right now.
You're the first one out the door.
Yeah.
So you push
100%.
past Jade.
The gang's like, who's that?
know who any of these people are in the streets, but he knows that you guys are scared, and so he's about to go down swinging.
So you do you pass Jade? Because Jade was going down first. Like you just said, you were first one out the door. So like you push past Jade. Is that like that's what you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but not in a rude way. More
Okay.
like if they're gonna start shooting the moment the doors open, I'll be the one that hits the ground first.
Fury goes, "This is my scene."
Oh no, I'm not show stealing at all. Not at all.
Okay. So what you bust out onto Fury with your? Do you have your harpoon on your back, or is it?
Yeah, harpoon. Well, actually, I would have taken it into my hand when I walked down the stairs. So in one hand I've got the revolver, and in my left hand I've got the harpoon.
Okay. Thank you for the visual. So as you bust out onto the street, you're seeing a man slightly taller than you that had a kind of a patchy beard. It looks like he's got one holster that's on his right thigh, and then a holster up here that are empty. But then on his back, he pulls out like just a wood cutting axe. And then there's the man to his right, your left, looks like a much older man, kind of bald, with got the skullet going on, kind of spiked out hair, but the part of his eye looks like it was like ripped, like flayed off by definitely looks like a dog attack.
Nice.
And he's kind of twitchy, just standing there. But then there's Carlos to the center man's left, your right, and he looks messed up. He's got bullet holes in him. He's got like a huge dog bite on him. He looks like in the same condition that when you guys, Frederick and Jade, had left him at that first town. Just like a dried up husk of a walking zombie thing. So you're seeing the undead for the first time, Fury. Roll me a discipline.
That'll be 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, that's enough. You're just like, well, this is normal because you saw what Frederick brought in Chicago, and you just saw vampires, or you're guessing is vampires, and oh, sure, more zombies. Yeah, that just makes total sense. Makes total sense. So what do you guys do?
Well, Jade would come out after Fury.
Okay.
Come down into the street.
Okay.
Is anybody else coming out?
Yeah, I'll follow. So Tulak and Lily, did they also come out?
They're still up in that other room. They're looking out that hole that they busted through.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like helping with them because it's kind of my fault.
Above table, Jade, I don't want to steal your moment with the gang, so I'm not saying anything, but if you want me to say something, I will. All right, carry on.
You're good.
I do mention to Tulak before I go down and out that if there's something alive, I can heal him by stealing its life.
We can do that too. Ours is just a little different. But thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think they're alive though.
Yeah, something's keeping them alive.
Yeah. Great. that one of these is the one that I missed when I had food poisoning. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yep.
I...
This is great. This is great.
But you know what? You're here now, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
Is the right thing to say.
I don't know what you're trying to say, Frederick.
I would like to punch you in the face, but there's no time for it.
Hopefully there's time for it after.
But Lily, congratulations. And then I.
So you head down. So you like bust out like. So it's just like a Mexican standoff. Like Jade and Fury are staring. Now it's. How do you line up? Jade, are you in the center or are you to the right? Like how? Like
I imagine I would be in the center of this.
You
lineup.
gotta be.
You gotta be.
okay.
And then my blind eye is to Jade.
All right.
And if Fury is in that spot, I will move him.
All right. Awesome. And Cedric, you're just upstairs, kind of like.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until Tulok and Lily do something, because I'm gonna get smoked if I go out there.
Okay.
I just need to waddle as fast as I can to the gun.
Okay. So they embrace, and then they spin, and hover outside that hole as it. So that you've got the hovering red sphere slightly behind you guys, kind of like a harvest moon, like hovering behind you guys as you're doing this standoff.
Nice. So are we putting them down? What?
Froggy, were you about to say something?
That's right. What do
Oh,
you?
sorry. No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't see you.
So he, the one in the center looks up. That's a little unfair. Bring him back up. We can do that too. And Carlos pulls out that knife that you guys saw before, jams it into nothingness.
Not this again.
On.
And let's see here, right about that time,
Vampires.
Jeremiah flies and like slams into the building like to you guys' left. That all you got? Cracks his whip as he's kind of like holding his side. Like looks at you guys. And he starts walking back the direction that he was thrown from.
That's so. He's like, I got other things to deal with first.
He's like busted up.
Yeah.
So you got one thing is starting to crawl out of that rift. Cedric, you're coming downstairs. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna shoot Carlos.
Okay. So the one to the left that you guys have already faced? Okay. So, roll away.
I have 3 successes.
Okay. That's three successes. Yeah, that's more than enough to get a hit. Roll your damage. And what weapon are you using?
His pistol.
Okay then.
Ouch.
Yeah. And I had 3 5s.
2, 4, 6. 6 damage. Okay. Let me.
And I want to say that when Jade shoots, it's definitely like standoff,
Okay.
like very Western.
Okay, so. So as you bring your pistols up and you're pointing them at, you're reminded of the last time seeing the gang, that stagecoach robbery that got all messy. The two members that got shot down, Leroy and Emmett. And as you're shooting Brutus with his own gun, you're remembering the hideout, how Kent fell, but then you heard all those sounds outside. And as you're shooting into Brutus, you had 3 successes. You have 1 momentum. Do you have both your pistols out?
Yes.
Roll again, using that 1 momentum to.
I have 2 successes.
That's enough to hit. So roll your damage again.
A 1, a 5, and a 4.
Okay, so you've got. So that's 9 total damage with his own weapons.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's just hurtful. Tosses the axe at you.
Ooh. I would like to parry.
Okay, that's 2. You need to beat 3 successes.
Oh my goodness. I am gonna give you, I would like another die.
Okay.
And I have just 3 successes.
Okay, you barely dodge out of the, and just like slams into the wall farther behind you. That's unfortunate. Does anyone else do anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to cast Dismember.
Okay.
Ooh. Before he does that, Jade would say, "It's unfortunate you didn't stay dead."
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead, Frederick.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
Roll away. Who are you dismembering?
Carlos.
Carlos, the one that you faced before, not Brutus? Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Is that going to be a Schlossworry?
Yes.
Alright. I've got 1 success.
That's enough to make it happen.
Alright. Awesome. Is that... Okay. It's 5 damage, nice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ooh, oh, 1, a 6, and a 5. Is what matters.
Okay. And what are you envisioning to happen to Carlos?
I would really appreciate it if I just lift up my hand and he's just kind of shredded.
Okay. So as a piece of paper is lifted from the top of his head, it's ripped in half. And then the pieces land on the ground, and you're feeling the arms of the lady around your shoulders. You're feeling her face next to yours. It's pretty grotesque, but he gets the point, I think.
I just didn't want to come back.
He's definitely not this time.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Is the rift still there if Carlos is gone?
The rift is still there.
And that thing is still trying to get out?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, on my turn. Wait, Jeffrey, you finished?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. On my turn, I want to stab Brutus in the heart. Well, I can't call my shot, but I want to try to stab him with my harpoon.
Okay. Roll for melee or thrown.
Let's go with melee, and I would love to get an extra dice, please.
Okay.
Oh, no stinking way. That'll be 4 successes.
Awesome. So with 2 of those, you can call the shot. Because you just needed 2 successes.
I don't know how zombies work. Let's go for the heart.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Nice. Then I'm going to use my reroll damage talent here.
Yep.
Okay, I got 5, 5, 6, 6, 2.
Dang.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You just did 10 damage. So you slammed the. Well, you had your pistol in your right, so you did this with your left. So you spear it into his chest, and you pull out, and it actually, because of the barbs, it actually brings the heart out with it. I want that back later. My turn.
Dang.
And he just kind of slashes out at you. And he kind of misses, but it seems that his balance might be off because he's missing an organ.
Nice.
Zeke has a single success throwing a knife at you, Jade. You can try to parry that.
You have 2.
All right. You just kind of move your head, and it just kind of. When you've thrown a knife wrong, you hear the. It just is like he's like.
Zeke, I see you still can't throw knives.
Now that thing coming out of the rift just kind of skyrockets at Fury.
Ooh, nice.
And misses.
Oh,
Wow.
Cedric, what are you doing? Are you just kind of running?
I'm running towards the gun.
Okay.
Just
I just imagine like
That's
a
the plan. You
type of
probably
run.
hear the clanking from my bag behind you guys.
Okay. Now, Cedric, as you're running, you're seeing things starting to want to come towards you.
Do I know what Tulok's doing?
You glance back, and he just goes. They just kind of fly over to come to you.
He gives a thumbs up with his good hand.
So the red sphere splits. Okay. Yeah, you're getting babysat. You it goes into an alleyway and you hear another. That's their turn. Roll an acrobatics to actually see, or actually let's do an athletics because you're running as fast as you can.
I'm gonna get an extra dice.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it. Woo! Hey! 2 successes. 5 and 7. And then I rolled a 10 for my different. That one will not succeed.
Something barely misses you, and it's running behind you. And like as it was, you glance back, and as you're going, it looks like its forearm and hand are like elongated.
I'm gonna pay that no mind. Keep going.
It'll be one more round till you get to your gun.
That's fine. I'm booking it.
So what are y'all doing now?
I'm gonna shoot Brutus again.
Okay.
Three successes.
Okay. You only needed 2.
I have a 5, a 6, and a 1.
So that's 5 damage, still with his gun. Okay. Well, I guess I'm getting it back piece by piece now, ain't I? Frederick, what are you up to? Or Fury?
Well, can you? It sounds to me like I'm facing Brutus, but the creature that came out of the rift is like directly next to me. I'm gonna take my harpoon and try to get the big creature since Jade's already shooting Brutus.
Okay,
With the heart on it still?
Yep, the heart's still on it.
For sure.
Yeah. So what your Fury has never seen one of these. It looks humanoid, but no hair, like almost gray skin, totally black eyes, but pins and needles are actually its teeth, and its forearms are a little bit longer than they should be, and it's moving around like a chimpanzee mixed with like a tweaked out stoner. So it's just like and like scraping and like lunging at you. So roll an attack.
Awesome. Please don't fail me. That'll be 3 successes.
Cool. So you just needed the 2 to get past its guard. And so you have 1 momentum at the moment. You can do that as extra damage if you want.
Yeah, let's do this extra damage. Why not? Okay, I got 1, 1, 2, 5, 6.
Okay, that's 7 damage.
Nice.
And so
Okay.
I'm just going to say you skewer it right through the throat.
Okay.
And then you just pull back, and the thing's head just kind of lolls back because you severed its spine, and it just drops to the ground.
Yes. Nice. I'm gonna say something cool like I don't have anything cool to say, but I'm gonna shout something about land demons.
You could just say land demons, I guess.
Death to the land demons. Okay, Frederick, take it away, my friend.
I will dismember. So there's Brutus and another gentleman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Zeke.
The other gentleman who Zeke, thank you. I can remember his name. So I will dismember Zeke now.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll say you can join your friend in hell.
Nice.
Okay, so I took my resolve damage, and here's my sorcery.
Okay.
So sad. Just nothing. No successes.
No successes? Was it a critical fail at all?
No. Just a wash.
Okay. Well, that spell still happens, you remember.
Alright. I don't remember, but alright.
Well, do you remember in Conan, like, any fail in sorcery has negative contacts. But I'm just going to take that as dread.
Okay.
I'll just take it as dread.
Oh, okay.
Cedric, if I could have you roll another athletics.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give you another dice. I'm gonna need one.
Is everyone having fun?
Yes.
I thought for sure that ghoul monster thing was going to be the death of me. I did not know I was going to kill it on the first attack.
Don't get too
2
cocky.
6s and a 14. 2.
2 successes.
One.
Cool. As you're going, you're booking it, and you hear a big slam as Tulak destroys something right next to you. And
Very
then
nice.
Lily does the same thing, but she somehow brings it up to the ground, up high, and just slams it. It's like taking a basketball and just slamming it into like a beetle, repeatedly into the ground. Like that's what you're seeing next to you.
Beautiful. We love it. We love to see that.
And you're making it right to your gun right now.
And then I guess I don't know. It'll probably be next turn to start setting it up.
Yes, because you're seeing the carnage of what were your mules, because whatever was feasting on them is not there at the moment.
That's good.
Your poor mules.
It's not the first mule that we have.
It's not the first mule that we lost.
They're probably better off dead than carrying my stuff.
A mercy.
It is a mercy.
Okay.
Okay.
So. Brutus gets 2 successes lunging at you, Jade.
With his bare hands.
Yes.
Bare hands.
No, that's a different story.
Yes, it is a different story. You guys
Alright.
are missing out not watching Fantastic Time. You need to roll a parry.
I only have 1 success.
You get hit by a dead man's fist. And he rolls.
Oh no!
I'm gonna spend this to re-roll. Because that's just
Good. Good.
That's 4 damage.
Okay.
And now Zeke is going after you, Frederick.
I'm just gonna
And that's just 1 success.
All right. I'll well, let me see if I should parry or dodge first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll parry it.
Okay.
Well, it's just so happens to be your lucky day.
I get to roll damage?
I have critical failed, sir.
Oh! Well, you only take 2 damage, and I'll just take that
Come
as
on.
dread. Yeah, I know.
So I get smacked and I say you get hit like a wuss.
Emotional damage.
There's no vicious mockery in Brit.
Actually,
Yes.
there is. There is, actually.
Whoa.
There's something called Steely Glare. You can, 1,000-yard stare somebody and try to scare them off, but it's most likely not going to work with the undead.
Yeah. Otherwise it would have. Right there. That
Yep.
would have been perfect time for it.
Yes, it would have. And then there's another thing coming out of that rift.
How do we close this thing?
Let's see. I got to roll. Let's actually see what kind it is. Oh, fun for you guys.
Yay!
It's a scorpion for sure. So is that back to our turn?
Yep.
I honestly don't remember how we closed it last time. I think they just left.
Yeah.
I literally and gameplay time was not there.
Um, my lightning gun is interdimensional. That's how it makes the lightning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I could shoot it.
that reminds me. Where you fired
Oh
it,
crap!
there's like a weird hovering, crackling rift still in the air,
Very
and
nice.
you hit the same spot twice,
Yeah.
so it's a lot bigger of a rift. That
Ooh,
make
so maybe I don't shoot it at the thing. Maybe it makes a bigger one.
1 second. Um, you're kind of noticing that you're used to the rifts kind of closing. That one's just staying the same size from that double hit. Because you're a man of science. You part of you is like, I want to shoot that in the exact same spot again and see what happens. Part of you does.
A part of me wants to.
Of course. It's what's going to happen. Your experimental side, but another part of you is like, I could just shoot one of these bad guys with this.
But I have 2 shots.
Yep.
But you want to see what happens.
I do want to see what happened.
Because I want to see what happens too.
Do I hear any voices telling me to shoot the rift? Oh man, I sure hope I don't. Wink. Anyway,
Well,
I'm probably gonna.
So as you're aiming, like you're aiming at, are you aiming at one of the enemies, or are you wanting to save this?
I think the plan was to set the building on fire.
Okay,
To
so
shoot the mansion.
okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna shoot the mansion.
Mhm.
Well, you have one more shot after, right?
Exactly. I will shoot mansion first.
Okay. Roll your contraptions. You're going to
and
need 3
Is there
successes.
a way I could shoot? Do I just have to like? I want to shoot the most flammable part of the mansion.
You're kind of far from it, so you're just kind of aiming at the center.
All right.
So
Aim at building.
yeah.
That work. Where's my contraption again? I think it was a 15, 14. That's 3 successes.
Splendid.
I shoot the building.
Roll your damage.
3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 3, 4, 2.
So 4 damage. You see part of the
Wow.
you see part of the building kind of crackle, and there's definitely a rift there too, and there is a fire started. And as you're smirking and turning towards, you're turning your gun towards the other rift that you had started. You see things start flapping on top of the mansion coming your way.
Oh, the gargoyles.
Oh.
You don't look happy. You looked sad right there.
But I want to shoot rift.
Just do it then.
Do I have enough? Can I take another shot in this turn, or do I have to wait till next turn?
If you had a fortune.
I do know I have a fortune. Oh. But big bird thing. I had. Oh. I want to shoot the rift.
Let the intrusive thoughts win.
I think I have to.
Cedric,
I think I
odds
have
are already
to.
low. Just go for it, buddy.
Yeah, I'm shooting the rift. His insane. He's insane enough. He would do
Okay.
that.
I just imagine hearing Cedric like laugh as he's doing it too.
Yes.
You gotta roleplay your best evil laugh.
For science!
Okay, hold on, wait. Do I have to roll it? I'm guessing I have to roll it. Here we go. I'm gonna give you an extra. I want an extra dice.
Okay.
Great googly moogly. 3 successes,
Okay.
and I don't want to tell you the next part.
Oh no.
It's it might be a crit fail.
Okay. So please do your maniacal laugh. I want to hear it.
Okay, here we go.
Let's make it good.
I'm getting away. This doesn't help, but you can see my thunder die.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that. Yeah.
As he's turning, it's just I don't want to do this. I don't because everybody's in the house.
No, do it.
He turns and he's just as the voices are going through his head, it's just
Perfect.
It's just
Yes.
insane.
Yes.
And like, his goggles are like glowing blue from the light of the gun.
Perfect. And
I
so,
love them.
Jade, you saw that light, and you're happy because you think he started the mansion on fire because you could see that, but then he fires again, and as you see that, you see a back surge into his battery.
Oh no.
Ooh.
You see his body go flying through the air.
Yeah, that your machine's gonna blow up.
The
Yeah.
battery blows up. He's still holding the gun as he's flying, laughing. You take 4. That's 5. You take 5 vigor.
One more and I take a wound.
Yep.
Oh.
Because of your armor soak. So you land, and then you're looking at the rift. And
For science, we're
and
going to die.
it's the largest rift you've seen. It has to be 20 to 30 feet from top to bottom, and the crack in between is like 10 to 15 feet wide, and it keeps crackling. And there's this strange movement behind, and you just see a giant eye open, and then like a tentacle starts moving through and back, another tentacle, and then a giant clawed hand. A giant clawed hand. A giant clawed hand. And another giant clawed hand start ripping the rift open more. So that started.
What have we done?
For my turn, while Jade and Frederick think of what they're gonna do, I want to run over to where Carlos dropped that knife to see if I can figure out how to close the smaller rift.
Okay, so you've got another one of those things that came out of the rift, and so that blade is laying there, and this one that came out has a bunch of cuts on it. This ghoul has a bunch of cuts on him.
Sounds like I should know what that is, but I don't.
If you were
Everybody
to,
else probably.
Sounds like a whipping boy.
so you're
Like the rut came out, it was trying to escape being cut. He's like, I'm finally free, and he meets this big old fury, and he's like, oh crap.
So, so you grab the knife. Now roll an occultism or sorcery.
Oh man.
You don't have a magic bone in your body. What are you doing?
Well, someone's got to close the rift. We're gonna be fighting these things all day. Where's my sorcery at? Which one is that in? Is that intelligence?
Willpower.
Bottom.
Willpower.
Yep. Occultism is intelligence.
I would like an extra dice, please.
Okay.
I told myself I wasn't gonna do that anymore, but these aren't great. Oh well, I didn't even need it because I got 3 successes, a 2, a 6, and a 6 for my sorcery. Wow.
Nice. So, you're looking at the thing and you're like, Well, he did this. Maybe if I turn the blade around and I just jam it down and pull up. So you do that, like opposite of a zipper, and it actually starts closing. Oh!
Nice. In the
We
back
got to
of
the
my
big
head, I'm
one.
thinking, I need to learn how to use this power because I got to track down something else that's scary. But I'm focused on what's going on right
So
now.
that's totally your turn. Frederick and Jade, what are you doing?
Is Brutus close since he threw hands at me?
Yes, he's very close.
And how many successes does it take to do a cold shot?
Minimum of 2.
Okay.
But now if you're that close, that would be you need that'd be 4 successes for a cold shot.
I'm gonna give you. I want an extra dice. I'm
Just
gonna
one?
try and see
Okay.
what I can do.
Okay.
And I got 4 successes. I got a nat 1.
Cool. Awesome. Where are you shooting him?
It depending on how close he is, I'm gonna put his gun right up underneath his chin.
Okay. Roll some damage.
I have 2 5s and a 6.
So that's 6 damage.
Bummer.
What are you
Wasn't
doing,
enough
Frederick?
momentum for a.
He's a bag of hit points, man.
I didn't slay.
That wasn't enough momentum for a second shot.
She used the 2 momentum for the called shot.
Oh, I
hit.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna dismember Zeke.
All right. Roll away.
So I'm gonna grab his head and hopefully this works.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Dang nabbit. It's wash again.
No
Okay.
successes.
I know. There's one away from each.
Oh, that stinks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now it's first off the ghoulie. He slashes his arms like this, throws them up like that, and rips in space and time.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Because he got enough successes, he summoned 2 more ghoulies. And from the air, I'm going to something grabs you, Cedric, from the air, and something else grabs the gun you were holding and starts flying you towards the mansion.
Oh.
Dude, I hope your octopus buddy saves you from these gargoyles.
Yeah, I need to learn how to talk to that thing real quick.
I think he's still going insane from his the portal he just opened. So you're probably just seeing a short mad scientist being taken away laughing.
Very on brand.
Very on brand.
Very on brand.
Respect.
Kitty, while he's laughing, I guess just look up to see what it is.
Okay, I tried to send a picture of what they look like.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So one of them has 4 arms, the other one has 2, but it's flying stone holding you, going towards the mansion. The other one is carrying your Tesla weapon.
I don't know. They're made of stone. I am poisoned, but I'm not. That's not gonna
And
do
as
anything.
they're going away, we will actually start our next session
Ooh.
on Brutus and Zeke's.
Attack.
Yep. Did you-
Nice. We survived this far.
This far.
Survive.
Vince is gonna be coming out real soon.
Yeah.
All right, so I will end the stream, and then we can chat for a very short bit. So, see you guys next time.